Oh yeah, yeah. Well, longer than that actually down the back. My wife, I woke up this morning. I don't know. I guess I had sweats last night. My pillowcase, my head was wet, and I was like, my wife went, "That's it. The hair's coming off." Like what? And I had a fever, I guess, last night. I guess I had cold or something, and I sweated out. Now I was like, okay, get all the sheets off the bed, send all that to wash, and pillowcase and everything else. And she said the hair comes off too, or you don't sleep in the bed anymore. Oh shit. Shrimp. Oh, hey, dang, we're live. Hi, people. Okay, so anyways, we are. Hey, yeah, let's talk tech today. Why not? Any topics, Josh, you want to talk about?
Not much.
Give me some
Pick
tech
one.
ideas. What can we talk about tech?
Pick one, man.
Oh, crikey. Linux or Windows? Which is better? There we go. Let's go with that. Let's spend an hour explaining the difference between Windows and Linux.
Well, Linux is always better, man. We all know that.
Oh, okay, that conversation's over.
Well, we can elaborate on why, though. Because most people are going to probably say Windows, 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 and I'm going to be like, yeah,
Well,
no.
I actually know, since people know that I'm running on Linux, a lot of my members want to know why, how they go about putting in Ubuntu.
See, there's a good talk right there. Go
Yeah,
over Linux.
and is it worth it? I think yes, depending on what people are using.
I think personally, Linux is the one thing I like about Linux over, PC or Mac is the fact that you get to pick your flavor, really. So you can pick Ubuntu, Debian, or any of the others out there. They've got all kinds of different distros for all kinds of different purposes. So depending
Yeah,
on what you're doing, there's better versions out there. Like if you want to program, Ubuntu may not be the best option, whereas Kubuntu is.
yeah, that's right.
I everything built into it already.
That's right. Also, if you're running a server, what version of Linux would you use for server?
CentOS.
Yeah, CentOS. That's what we're using on ours. Yeah, and because it's strictly server based. I don't think it has a GUI, does it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think so. So you're saving all that resource and processor time instead of having to draw pixels and icons and Windows boxes. That stuff doesn't exist.
No, that doesn't. No.
That's it. So it's all command line. But for those of you that want to get into using Linux, a couple things you have to make sure is 8 gigs of RAM, I think, or I think it's 2 gigs minimum, but 8 gigs is recommended. You're going to need about 100 gigs of disk space, 128, I think, is what they're recommending. I'd say don't go with anything less than a quad-core PC. I mean, I've heard of people put Ubuntu on their PCs and burn out their PCs because their microprocessors were just running constantly high all the time.
I've done it on lower versions and never had a problem. But it depends, I think, on what you're running. Because I usually tell people to run if you want to try Linux and you don't want to, because a lot of people are worried about ruining the computers. They don't realize you can do dual boots. So you
Yeah,
can actually run it. You can actually decide when you start up the computer whether you want to run on Ubuntu or PC or Windows. You
that's
choose
right.
between the same computer. But you can also what I just explained was if there were just wait till you have an old computer and then throw it on the old one. A lot of times the old computer can stop on it and wiping out Windows because you have puts Linux on it, it's so much faster. You start to wonder, wow, and I was going to throw this computer away, but wow, this is almost like a brand new computer.
Oh yeah, no kidding. I mean, I've got
Yeah.
here. Hold on a second. It weighs a ton. I just realized just this instant. I got here a laptop that I used, and I mean, let me just for the sake of it, look at this. Look how I don't know if you can see it. Look how beat up this is. It's I was going to toss it out, and it works fine. Put Ubuntu on it, and now I got a Linux laptop that I use a lot of times more than my other PC. But it
I
weighs
think
a
the
ton.
biggest fear,
I think it weighs 20 pounds.
yeah, the biggest fear people have with Linux is they think, well, wow, that's going to be hard to use. I've heard nothing but horror stories. You got to know command line for everything, and I'm like, that's not true. I mean, yes, you can use command line, but you don't have to do it. It has a Windows interface, similar to Mac. It's almost identical on some of the things on that. Obviously, there's some more advantages for Linux. But the biggest one that people are like, well, I don't want to use Linux, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, so what kind of phone you got? Android? Guess what? It's
It's
Linux.
Linux. Yep. Yep.
Like,
Yep.
they work comfortable with it. So why are you saying you're not?
That's it. I told that to my dad, and he was like, no, I don't use Linux, and I'm never going to switch over to that. I got my Windows. And sure enough, his tablet, his phone, everything is all Linux.
Yep.
You know, it's just a more robust interface to play around with. You got more access and controls over what you want to do versus Windows. Microsoft believes that, you know, they should control what you should change and not change.
I agree. And Linux gives you full capabilities to do whatever you want.
That's it. I program in Pascal. For those of you a little bit more advanced, I use an Haskell, Delphi, and C++. And in Windows, there's a lot of stuff we can't do because it's considered illegal accesses or illegal commands. But yet in Linux, they let you do it. They let you do those functions. But Windows, for some reason, Windows locks out those functions and says, no, you can't do that. You can't do that. And it's just they believe that they have to control every little aspect of our lives.
Yep.
It's pathetic. You know, Mac isn't bad. I wouldn't mind going back to a Mac. Is Mac gotten a lot better in terms of their interface since, I would say 20 years ago?
Yeah, oh yeah, definitely. Over the 20 years they have. I've got a Mac as well, so I literally have every. I'm one of the very few people that can say I can actually be unbiased because I have every operating system.
Yeah.
Even have Chrome OS, which is online only operating system. But with Mac, one of the things the downside of Mac that I hate is, well, let's go with the good things first. As far as processing video and audio, audio, video, and graphics files, it's way better than pretty much everything on the market. As far as memory goes and upgrades and stuff that you could use on your computer, it sucks royally because everything's built into the Mac. You can't even upgrade memory at all.
No, that's right. Yeah, I heard about that. The latest Macs coming out, the desktops, not the laptops, but the laptops too. I heard of. If you buy a 16 gig RAM laptop, what are they called right now? They're the Mac.
MacBook Pros.
Yeah, the MacBook Pros. One's a little strip there that you can touch on the keyboard there for the extra menus. If you buy 16 gigs, it's stuck. It is hard soldered to the board. 16 gigs.
It's not going to be anything more than that. And the same thing, I got because I was going to buy the lower version and then upgrade some pieces, and they told me that, well, no, it doesn't do that. You can't upgrade this thing later. I'm like, whoa, okay, so I got to go with the higher one now.
Yeah, so why are you going to spend $1,000? You can't do what you want with it.
Well, even worse, these things are about $2,000 actually.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they're about $2,000 for the MacBook Pros. That's what I have.
Oh wow. And it's gimmick. It doesn't cost $2,000 to make one of those.
Probably not. No. But it's one of those things that it's like I tell everybody. Mac's really it's not really as efficient as a programming computer as like other computers are. However, it is easier to do certain things in Mac than PC. Like if you're using Git controls, it's much easier to set up in Mac than it is in PC.
Yeah.
But it's easy to set up in Linux too. But it's just a pain to set up in PC really. But if you're using Linux, it's fine. You can use Git controls really easy in Linux or Mac, and that's because it's a Unix operating system, which is very similar to Linux operating compared to the Mac.
On the Mac side, you mean?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's a good point too. Mac is actually Linux. I think more Linux based than anything else, right? It's not really their own language.
It's a Unix, which is based off Linux. So.
Well, no, the other way around. Linux is based off Unix.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Unix is the first one.
Unix is what they're using on the Mac, and then PC, of course, using their own Windows stuff. But it's much easier to program on Linux and Macs, I think, personally, because of the Git controls are easier.
Yeah.
However, PC has its advantages on compatibility of software over everything else, obviously. And the advantage of Chrome OS I like is that it's just extremely, extremely fast compared to other computers.
Well, there is one thing, the difference when you talk about software development in terms of actual making programming. And I know this from experience being an application programmer, an actual software programmer. On Windows, when I develop a program, we need to develop what we call the resource fork, and it's a section in the exe that contains all the resource, the sounds, the videos, the images, color palettes, all that stuff. Yep. When you load a program in PC, it loads everything into memory, regardless if you need it. It loads everything into memory, and it says, okay, it's there. On Mac, it only loads what it needs. And that's why Mac, sometimes as you go through a program, you'll see a little thing turn. It's because it's loading other parts of the resource fork that it needs. And I found Mac was so much nicer to program in that sense. It made things so much faster, less memory.
Well, I actually find that as far as those hangups go and the balls you're talking about, I see more balls of death than I do the circles of death, I guess you could say, on the PC side. It freezes way more than my PC
Yeah,
does.
and it will, because it's taking up so much more memory.
Yeah, but it surprises people when I tell them that, but Macs actually frees up a lot more.
Oh, Mac freed up more, you think? Yeah.
Oh yeah, more. At least that's been my experience, at least. But I do some weird stuff on Macs that most people don't do, probably. So.
Yeah.
And then the bigger problem I hate is if you're a developer developing iOS apps, oh my god, it's a nightmare.
On a Mac?
Well, the Macs. Well, here's the downside. It's very hard to program them off a Mac. So you almost have to have a Mac, which is one of the reasons I bought one, was because we do iOS programming as well.
Mm-hmm.
And so we had to go get a Mac in order to do iOS. But I got it. Well, the problem is when you get the license keys and everything in, and you start to do your your passwords for the license keys,
Mm-hmm.
it can actually mess up the passwords in the actual computer, and then it literally locked me out. I've had to call the support desk to unlock my computer about 3 or 4 times, almost every single time I build an app.
Oh, wow.
So it's like, why are you making this difficult? And I asked them, I said, does this happen a lot? They said, it's the number one call we get. I said, then why don't you fix it?
That's it.
You get this call every day, then fix it. Make it easier. It's stupid not to.
That's it. Oh yeah, no, it's yeah. Well, there's bugs in every platform. I mean, just Linux. I mean, Ubuntu. I mean, there's times I boot up and my mouse isn't there. I can move the mouse. I can move the invisible mouse over certain things, and it will affect on the screen what's going on. But until I can log in, it's like you have to try to figure out where the field is. To go click for your mouse. No, you got to try to figure out where the pointer is virtually. Click, and then the little cursor lights up. Type in your password, and you log in. Then the mouse appears. That's got to be the biggest problem with Ubuntu or Kubuntu even. I've seen it on both, and it's got to be the biggest problem. The stupid mouse doesn't show up. Apparently, it's because I have a Microsoft keyboard and a Logitech mouse. Apparently, that's the reason. If I had Microsoft mouse and keyboard or Logitech mouse and keyboard, apparently that problem won't happen. But I was told that it's because I have mixed equipment. I've yet to determine that. But I mean, there's bugs in every platform. It's not just Windows; it's Linux also. But I would say for our users getting into Linux, be careful if you're doing video editing. You're going to want a PC for that, just because some companies like Camtasia only put out their software either on Mac or PC. They don't put it out on Linux yet. For some reason, they think Linux is beneath them. Hopefully they get around to actually putting out a version in Linux. Would be nice. But there is a lot in Linux that is not put out, that is on PC, that works really good. But so far, it's this video editing I found is the biggest problem.
Video editing is horrible on Linux.
It is.
It's really nice on Mac, but it really sucks on Linux, unfortunately. But
yeah, and I don't understand why.
I don't either. Yeah, mainly I think that most of the people that use Linux are not the video people.
Right.
I think probably why there's not a lot of developers developing that stuff, because the market need's not there yet. Whereas developer tools are like everywhere in Linux. I mean, if you're doing cybersecurity, we have distros just for security and cybersecurity, like Kali and all these others out there. I mean, there's tons of those. Even Kali's the best known one out there, I think.
Yeah.
And then there's Backbox and a few others. Backbox is a Ubuntu-based, very similar to Kali. And then we have, stuff for like Ubuntu for IDEs and everything else. And I'll see if I can find this website real quick. There used to be a website where you can almost like look up certain features to determine which distro you want.
Yeah, that's it. Go ahead and pull it up. Put it in Skype, and I'll paste it in the description below the video. I'm hoping John and the others are coming in. I'm hoping, I'm praying, I'm kind of, crossing my fingers.
It's called distrowatch.com.
DistroWatch?
Yeah, distrowatch.com. Here we go.
Yeah, put it in there. There we go. I'm going to put it in the description below.
Yep.
And whoever wants to be brave can go check it out. There you go. It's in the description. I love this. I can actually now do this on the fly. This is This is getting YouTube is getting good at this. Do you know of any good video editing software? My daughter uses something light. What is it? Light Shark or something like that.
Not familiar with that one. I personally use them.
I like it. I like it, but it's a very advanced one. I mean, if somebody were to sit down with Lightworks, if they were going to sit down and play with the software, even as a free version, it stays free. You got certain things you don't have access to, but I mean, it doesn't put unregistered version or nothing like that across your video. It's called Lightworks, but it's extremely advanced. I mean, you got to be. I should sit down and learn this editing environment. There's a big demand in the world to do video editing in that scheme, with that software. But it's just I would have to sit down for the next couple of weeks and do only that and just that and learn all the little tricks. There's how can I explain it? It's like you gotta make sure one thing is clear. It's like using Photoshop, but in this case for video. It's that complex. That's got to be checked. You got to have this over here checked. Now you got to fill out this form. Now make sure your videos are ready to go. Click on it. And where do you want to snip? And it's all these tasks to do one function. Once you get used to it, it's click, 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 click. You know, like you see on PaintShop Pro, right?
You can't save the functions?
Huh?
Can't save your settings?
Oh yeah, you can, but like you can make macros, but I mean when you're doing a video, you can't really keep a macro. You don't know where this stuff is going to happen at 2 times in a row. But there's a specific pattern in which to do these things. I'd have to sit down and learn it. Whereas Microsoft Movie Maker, Camtasia, I use
Camtasia. I have After Effects, and that's what I use.
After Effects is for post-production, right?
Yeah, After Effects post-production, Screen-O-Matic, and
I use yeah, I use OpenShot Editor, video editor on Linux, and those are the ones where the video's there. You point, you say cut it here. You point again, cut it here. You take that out. You put your video. You make a new track. Another video there. You put another video with your title or a piece of text. It's all point and click, but Lightworks is way more advanced than that. I'm talking about video studio editor, high quality stuff here. And somebody who wants to get into using it, yeah, they could go really far with it.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've never used that one. I've used Camtasia and I've used Screen-O-Matic, which is
that's the other
thing.
That's the other thing. My daughter uses Windows, and Lightworks works on Windows and Linux and Mac.
Yep.
So it's one of those platforms where it doesn't matter what computer you're using.
Correct. It's cross-platform compatible.
Yeah.
And it's also Adobe based.
Lightworks is Adobe based?
Yep. I think so. Let me make sure, but I'm pretty sure it's Adobe Lightworks.
I never seen the word Adobe on it.
Okay, maybe it's not. I thought we have. What the hell do we have there? I know
there's Adobe Illustrator and Adobe. The Adobe does have Adobe Premiere. There's Adobe Premiere.
We have another thing though. Hold on, I'm checking. It's Creative Cloud. It's definitely the Creative Cloud.
And that's the only reason why I didn't go with Adobe is that whole cloud thing. If you
ours is called Lightroom. That's what it is.
Lightroom. Yeah, well, yeah, that's their where you can set up spotlights and 3D graphics and stuff. You use Adobe Illustrator to do your wireframe. You build a ball with, say, a room, and then you can go into Lightroom and set up where light points are going to be to finish up your editing.
Yep.
Before you go to Adobe Photoshop and say, okay, now let's go put some text on it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got $1,000, you can do a lot with Adobe, but you need the money to do it.
Yeah, well, that's about $50 a month is really what it comes out to. So
50?
It's about 60. So it's $600 a year.
For everything or just one thing?
For a whole Creative Cloud. If you only need one item, it's $20 a month.
Oh, really? Okay, so it changed. Yeah. The last time I looked, it was a huge amount. Here's a license.
No. Now it's $50 a month and you get everything.
Oh, okay. I gotta go look at that then because I did like Adobe Premiere.
And if you were looking for it to be on sale, wait till Black Friday. They usually do a
Oh
sale
yeah,
where
yeah.
it's
But I might as well wait for Christmas and wait for
yeah,
my daughters to buy a license for me.
yeah. There you go.
You know,
And then they
Sony.
knock it down about $10 a month, so you can get the next year for about 40. Actually, about they gave it to me for like 2 years for $40 at the time, and then they just went up on me because of the because of that Black Friday thing. People were off on it,
Right.
but 2 years for $40, so you saved me a little bit of money.
Yeah, because yeah, they're pretty good on getting the. Wow, why is my
Yeah.
processor so like maxed out? What is going on with my computer today?
Yeah, I thought about canceling my membership and renewing my student license, and then upgrading to the business license because it's cheaper doing it that way too.
Yeah, yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Just pardon me here for a second. I gotta kill a few things here. I don't know what's going on, but my system is just maxed out. I don't know what's going on here.
I don't know. That's not good.
Look at that! I killed Firefox, and my processor just went zzz, and just leveled off. Thank you, Firefox. Thank you for everything we don't want.
Yep.
Oh wow.
And but the big thing with Linux is, I think, is it's you have to try it out and see if you like it first. I mean,
Yeah.
it's usually within 2 weeks you're back to normal and all the stuff you normally do because it doesn't take long to figure this stuff out once you get in there.
That's it. And there's a lot of it took me. I had to tell my wife after showing her the fact that Microsoft Windows contacts two IP addresses on a regular basis after everything you do with the internet. There's two IP addresses constantly being called. I was told it was a virus or a worm, and I reinstalled Windows fresh. Never did anything on the internet. Physically connected the plug, went to it, went to look at my router, and sure enough, those two IP addresses were called. Same ones again. So when I saw that, I showed it to my wife, I showed it to a bunch of people. I said, "No, look, I'm not dealing with this crap anymore. We're switching to Linux." I put all our machines on Linux, and those IP addresses are not called anymore. Is that funny? And apparently, those two IP addresses are owned by the NSA, and they want to know who's looking at what, where, when, why, how, all that kind of stuff. There's a whole story on. I can put a link up for that.
NSA wants to do that for everything, yeah.
Say again?
So that's pretty much the NSA for you.
Yeah, there you go. You
Yeah,
know, so
that's pretty normal.
yeah, so it was a question of okay, no, I'm not playing games with this. So we switched out and went to there's Michael Costra again. Sorry, what? Vega Movie Studio, and
That's a good one too. I've heard good things about it.
Have you played with that one? Is that one? Is that a good one?
Sony Vegas, right?
Yeah, VAGAS.
Yeah, Sony Vegas Pro. Yeah, that's who makes it. So it's actually a really good one.
Yeah, is it paid or free version? Michael, you got to get in the room,
Oh,
buddy.
it's paid. It's a paid one.
But Michael, you got to get in the room, buddy, and come talk to us. Come on. We're all family here.
It is definitely paid.
Yeah, Sony.
Yeah, Sony makes it, so it's expensive too. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Michael to dish out some cash for Camtasia for me. Hey, Michael, I need some money. No, it's $50.
Apparently, it's been sold off to another company.
Yeah, it's $50. And what platforms is it for?
$50. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, no, it's $49.99 right now. Why now?
Let me see here. It says it is $799.
No, Movie Studio, $49.99. Okay, now
Movie
you're gonna
Studio.
make
Oh, you're looking at Vegas Pro. Sorry.
I typed it in. I clicked on a link, and hold on a second here. Here you go. I'm gonna share it because
No,
now
it's
I'm sure. Oh wait a minute.
Vegas. You got to go to Vegas Pro at the top, though. That's the one you're looking for.
Hold on a second here. I just made a bobo.
Yeah, you're on the wrong one.
I made a bobo, but still, for regular use, it's not bad.
But you were on Movie Studio. He's talking about Vegas Pro.
Yeah, but what's the difference?
About $500. I mean, it's $600-$700. Because the Vegas Pro Pro Suite is $799. Vegas Pro by itself is $599.
Okay, but what's the difference between what's the difference between these?
One actually has the editing tools, and the other one's more. I don't even know what the other one does, to be honest with you.
No, right here. It has all the editing tools.
Oh, maybe, but it's not the ones you talk about though.
Yeah,
Vegas Pro.
yeah. He was saying Pro.
Yeah.
You said both of them. Michael, get in here. Get in the live chat, buddy. We need to settle some
Are you
stuff
on
here.
Pro now?
Yeah, he says paid version $700. Thanks, Michael. Thanks for making me look like
Go
a
to
fool.
Vegas Pro. Go to Vegas Pro at the top.
Yeah.
No, go back up, all the way up. There
Yeah,
it is.
I got
Go
it.
to Pro Suite. That's the one he's talking about. That's something.
Thanks,
That's a little
Michael.
bit more.
Thanks,
A
Michael.
little bit more pricey.
$800.
Yeah, it's a little bit more pricey, but it's still good. No doubt.
Happy Valentine's sale. Save 40% on all your Vegas Pro products. For a minute, I thought I just got spammed or something.
Yep.
Spam! Spam is good. Okay, well, let's go look at the features. Oh, get rid of the... Oh, that... See, this I hate. If you do this, just give me the features. Oh, create projects in 3D as easy as in 2D. Wow. GPU acceleration, 4K support. That's why it's Pro. It's this here.
4K support.
Easy capturing. Multi-format native editing. There's your one of your control panels. Yeah, okay, cool. They got chroma key.
Yeah, they got everything.
Audio editing built in. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, plugins. Okay.
If you're a videographer, this is definitely the one you need.
Yeah. Well, no, but I mean, what would you suggest for our users that are just getting into YouTube?
I would say either go on a couple of different things. I would say a Logitech 920.
No, not the camera. I mean, software.
Oh, software-wise, I would say it depends. If they're on a budget, go with Screencast-O-Matic. If you have the money, cough up and get Camtasia.
Yeah, Camtasia I think is the best. I think, except that you need a Windows environment.
Yeah, you do, and you do for Screencast-O-Matic as well. But Screencast-O-Matic is extremely inexpensive. I mean, if somebody's saying, "Oh, I ain't got the money," if you don't got the money for Screencast-O-Matic, you probably aren't in business anyways.
Screencast-O-Matic's not that expensive, is it?
I was like, last time I looked, it was like $15 a year.
Yeah, that's it. It's not a huge amount. It does a pretty good
job.
And
that's the premium version. If you don't mind their logo being on it, you can do up to 15-minute videos for free using it. But the Pro version is like $15 a year. I'm actually on it right now. So $15 a year is what they charge for the Pro version.
Yeah. I got people that tell me. I tell people if you really want to be successful in the industry, you need to be able to put out about $100 a month. In licenses, registrations, stuff like that, just for content, software licenses. Figure about $100 a month. That's including your hosting, so on and so forth.
But it's an investment in your company.
That's it. It's not a huge amount. $100 a month. I mean, for a corporation, you're talking a fraction of a penny.
No, I spend around probably about $2,000 a month.
Oh yeah, I mean, like last night I made a $300 payment last night. Just for hosting, it's like just for one server, and so it adds up real quick. Okay, I'm on a higher level than most people that are going to join us. I'm a little bit higher up than what we're going to spend, but yeah, I tell people, you gotta put some pennies aside and be able to put a budget out per month, between 50 at minimum, and hundreds your best is your best. Is your best amount, because you're going to have those things you want to get, $20 here, $5 there per month, and paid services are not that bad. It's not an evil thing to have to pay for services.
I agree, and personally, I actually think the paid services are better, which is a whole other thing that most people in the business probably fight me on. Because everybody's like, well, you can do this one for free. And I'm like, yeah, but a year from now, are they still going to be in business? Because they don't have any money to support themselves. And if they're in business, then I run into the problem of, okay, great, we got this product, and now it's no longer being updated. And my client's raising hell because I've got this product that's no longer being updated that's on their site.
That's it.
And that makes me look like an idiot. Whereas if I have this paid, and if I'm paying them, I know they're going to support the product ongoing typically.
Or you're at least going to get a notification,
Yeah.
that they're going to discontinue it.
Yeah, exactly. But most of the time, if they're paid, they're usually never going away because they want money. But if they're not paid, they're more encouraged to just leave.
That's it. That's it. You know, same thing with membership sites. I mean, there's a lot. I'm signed up to a lot of membership sites in the sense that, for example, the e-cover maker that I talked about the other day. I pay for that. There's masterresellrights.com, smtp.com for my mail server. You know, so if I add it all up, yeah, I'm about $150 a month that I'm spending per month just in memberships alone, services. You know, for different things. You know,
probably closer to around, but I'm doing most of mine is, I'd say maybe about just the memberships for services. Probably around the same, around 100, 150, $200 maybe.
Yeah, about that.
But then I have probably another 200 just in education.
Yeah, well, it's true. I'm part of a couple of universities online, and you know, just because they're courses, and you know, it is a big deal to be able to have access to those video courses, you know, and learn something, constantly learning new stuff. We've got. What did he write? Pitvi, Pitvi. If you have a budget, free. I'm not sure what he's talking about. But then, you know, it's Michael Costro, which I tell every time, get in the live chat, dude. Get in here and talk with us. And now he's like, wow. Hold on a second here. Trying to see what he's writing here. It's like, oh, Kaden Live, KDEN Live. It's another editing platform. So there's
I remember that one.
Yeah, it's a. I've never used it. I know I've heard of it. So no, but I mean, there's tons of stuff out there if you're gonna use it. But when it comes to Windows and Linux you got to be careful of just for that purpose. I think it's the video editing community is not up to speed with Linux yet. You know, it's once somebody gets out like Camtasia, gets their foot in the door and says, yeah, I'm gonna make video editing software for Linux, I think it's just gonna blow up. It's just gonna go right. It's gonna skyrocket. There's such demand for it. That's the thing.
I think the big problem with getting people into the Linux community is there's so many distros. We've spread ourselves thin with from actually promoting one distro, which I think is the big issue in the community.
Well, yeah,
that's the reason a lot of us and if somebody tried, like say Red Hat at one point with a not so powerful computer, and went, oh well, this doesn't work. Let's say 10 years ago. To even up to today goes, oh, I don't want to try that. I don't want to be any part of that. It doesn't work because they're stuck on. They tried Red Hat, and the GUI back then 10 years ago wasn't really 100% solid. Not like it is today. Pit VI, I believe that's what he is. It Pit or Pity? Pit IVI. Is an open source video editing software that is available. So it's open source. Wow. I'm gonna go take a look at that. There is something good about Linux with video. When I upload the videos for the Mardox training section, I uploaded yesterday alone. I uploaded 1,500 videos. All these individual videos. There's 150 new packs being added to the library. The training section, but of all that, it averages out to about 10 videos each. Right? Some have 2 or 3, some have 20. But averages out to about 10. I'm able to make a script that loads up the video, and I can run it through the MPEG FFmpeg filter, and say, okay, now convert this to this format. If I find an audio, the audio one is really shrill, I can bring it down. I can program it all command line and run it through a script and just sit back and watch the process go by. Whereas on Windows, I would have to load it up, do the editing,
and then save. You know, so in that case, yeah, video editing that way, I think it's really fast. Um, I can make a script that will take my intro video. Let's say, for example, Mardox Media or Mardox, let's say Mardox Media. Play a sound. It'll be a little video clip. I can take that and splice the new video to it and save it right away without me actually having to go in and edit this. I can do this through command line. So there's a lot of things like that that can be done using FFmpeg. Mm-hmm. And that's a library in Linux for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about. You know, I'm sure there's a bunch of people right now with their jaws dropped, are going, ah. You know,
maybe we should go over tools then, since that will seem to get more people's attention.
That's it. You know, I do want to do an introduction as to, I want to show people. I'm going to do a video with a screen capture of Linux, Ubuntu, so that before they get into it, they can see what I'm using, and I can show them some little neat tricks and tips, and maybe at the same time they can see, oh, okay, this isn't so different from Windows, you know. And then there's a question of just getting on some video editing companies and saying, hey dudes, come on, seriously, I'm going to throw millions of dollars at you if you get this working. You know. What else is there? What else is there for differences between Windows, Linux, and Mac that you find? I mean, we touched video. It'd be awful neat if Michael could get in here and talk with us. Michael. Hey Michael, do you want the phone number to dial in? If you're on your phone, let me know. We'll wait 20 seconds and find out. I got a phone number you can dial to get in. I think the system gives it to you through phone anyways. I think I'm not sure. We'll wait 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Watch Michael go, no, I don't want in. Hey, I saw a video yesterday of oh boy, hold on a second. I gotta go get it again. Marcus Wall sent me a invite to go into his chat room yesterday. Really interesting, these guys. I mean, talk about not having much to say. They're doing a similar chat like ours. I just gotta get get in here and find out where it is now. Where is Marcus Wall? And they're part of. They were part of. Hold on a second. Marcus Wall runs which website? Do you know, Josh?
I'm sorry.
Marcus Wall runs legacyresults.com. I got a little piece of paper here on my monitor here off the side. It tells me all the names and what each person runs. I'm starting to deal with so many site owners. It's getting ridiculous. It's like just here, Marcus Wall. We got Jay, Marcus Wall, James Diaz, John Olson is another one that we deal with, and it's like, which sites do these people own? Sam Paradiso is another one. I used to have King Human on my list, but I kind of like barred him off because he's a real dick. There's no other way to say it. He's an asshole, and thinks he calls himself King Human. I still don't know. I cannot tell you what the guy's name is to save my life. I am driving. How dare you, Michael, drive and listen to our show at the same time? Yeah, legacy results. There he goes. Oh, he finally replied to my question I asked. Okay, we got a 20-second delay here. You know, so I got a bunch of, but yeah, Marcus Wall. They're doing a show like this with a bunch of people, and it's like, I'm gonna go into it at 6 o'clock tonight, p.m. I'll put a link in the the description below for those of you that want to go see it, to join into the show. If you guys want to go in and yak at them, I thought it was pretty neat, but it focused around their dogs barking. There wasn't much to talk about.
Apparently.
Yeah. We're going to be doing a tech show pretty soon. Eh? You and I have got to sit down and do a format, like, you know, an idea of what we're gonna do for a show on YouTube.
Sure.
That's so. I don't know. Is it a good place now to introduce it?
Go for it.
You know, it's Josh and I were talking about doing a tech-based show. I don't. If we did that, Josh, what would we be talking about? Just Windows stuff, or would you be mixing up with Windows, Linux, Mac?
Mix it up.
Mix it up. Good idea. It's a good idea.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, since you're driving and the next time you get to a red light, type in what do you think about a tech show.
Oh yeah, don't text and drive. Yeah.
Yeah, don't text and drive, Michael. Don't. You're a security officer. Yeah, you're a security company officer here. Don't do that. Show by example, Michael. Oh, jeez. Yeah, because I had one person give me an idea today about a tech show, and it would talk about at least to start off with a lot of little tips and tricks with Windows, for example. How many people have Windows 8, 7, 8, and 10 and don't realize half of the functionality that does it that you know they don't publicize? For example, the start button. If you regular click on it with the left mouse button, it brings up your start menu. Hard like hell to find half the stuff, but if you right click on the same icon for the start button, it brings up a different menu, a different context menu, bringing you back to the original Windows XP looking layout of stuff. You got Windows 10 in front of you right now, Josh?
Yep.
You want to take a look at that? Right click on the and see
yeah, it works. I'm familiar with it.
Oh, it is, yeah. Okay, there you go. Michael says, "Mix it up." Oh, people are gonna think I'm gone totally batty here. I'm gonna give me a second here. I'm just gonna pop out this. If I can grab it, hold on. Where'd it go? Hello, computer. Did I lose the chat? I lost the chat.
I don't know. What chat? I don't even know what chat you're looking for.
Oh, this is fun. Hold on a second here. I'm gonna get it. Just bear with me here. There, pop out chat. I'm gonna put the chat window up so our users, at least viewing, can see that I'm not off my rocker and imagining that somebody's typing. There you go, Michael. Now what you're writing now, Michael, is live on the screen. It is being recorded. So there's Michael Kostra. He's been blah blah blahing, and this is what I've been saying up until now. So hoping other people come in the room today. I guess no one is. Like, it might be a short chat today. So come on, buddy. Josh, you're doing good. What other tech stuff? Or unless Eugene has some tech questions.
Well, you can go over that, or you can go over what tools they're using and things like that. Because you mentioned a couple of tools with the video side.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are probably interested in other stuff that you or I are using for different things as well.
Yeah. Hey, Eugene, do you have any tech questions you want to throw at to Josh?
Well, I usually use Windows. I don't really use Linux.
That's okay.
We pity you, but not everybody can be perfect. I mean, that's okay.
Go ahead.
Somebody has a phone call.
No, my wife, she takes care of a lady, and that's the doorbell that she uses to. That's a device we use. She uses to get her attention.
It's basically a doorbell, like what I did with my mother-in-law.
No, she lives. We live in an apartment in the back, and then she takes care of the lady that lives here.
Yeah.
She's 103 years old.
Oh wow!
So if she needs her, she presses a button, and then it rings back here, and we can go check.
Oh, that is so cool. That is so cool. Do you do that for a cost, or is that more like volunteer work?
No. When we live here, and we were renting the apartment actually when our nurse quit on her, and then when our nurse quit, my wife, both me and my wife were both medics in the background.
Okay, so you guys are doing it to help out.
Yeah, and we don't have to pay rent or anything either, so it's not a bad gig.
Yeah. There you go. There you go. I got those clients that I do snow removal for. I told the old guy, get a load of this. 2 years ago, I told the old guy, if you get to 100 years old, I will do your year of your 100-year your birthday, your 100-year birthday. He's born in December. I said, the year that you turn 100, that winter, I will do your snow removal for free. And I didn't think he would remember. Come fall of last year, that old goat remembered. 100 years old, and he's got his brain's intact. He goes, no, you told me you'd do it for free. And I said, yeah, you're right, I did. You didn't, I forgot. And this winter, I'm doing it for free. The wife goes, "Hey, I'm going to be 100 in a few years. Can I have it for free then?" I said, "Well, no, the deal ran out."
Yeah, one per family.
One per family. Whoever's at 100 first. She's 95 or 97, and he's 100, and they still live in their own home.
Wow.
You know, today they called up and they said, "Well, I got the driveway's ice." You would think the idiot snow removal guy that does the driveway, because I only do walkways. This guy that does the driveways, you would think the idiot would actually just take a second, back his truck up, and spread the gravel or something. It's an ice rink. For the last 2 days, it's been melting and raining. And at night it drops to minus 10 Celsius, which is about what 10 or 15 Fahrenheit, roughly. So it's below freezing, right?
It's cold.
Yeah, that's it. So it's freezing and then it's thawing, freeze, thaw. So it makes a nice ice rink, right? And you'd think that he would take 2 seconds to spread some gravel. No. So they give me a call. I ran out. I went and got some salt and I spread salt for them. And you want to see extremely happy people? Yeah, it cost me like what, $10 for 40 kilos of salt, kind of thing. So like whoop-de-doo. As I spread the salt. It's going to make it rough at least. I won't get rid of it because it's an inch thick, but at least it'll have some grab, And but I mean, they're just flabbergasted that I went by and I did this I went out of my way and did this for them, I'll probably have clients for life. Then again, I've had them for life so far. It's been about 5 years.
You mean you had them for death? You didn't have them at the beginning.
Yeah, I'll have them for the death. Yeah, that's it. But I mean, talk about 100 years old. I mean, I don't know if I want to live to 100 years old. I don't know. It's neat to say that you lived a century, but I mean, you live to 100, and it's like, okay, it's still going and going and going. Yours is 107. You said?
No, 103.
103. Wow, good health or starting to fail?
Yeah, it's starting to fail.
Getting to that age where yeah.
Starting to fail.
That's it. So okay, she's not making it to 110.
Oh no.
No, okay, that's what I thought. But still, 100 is a pretty huge accomplishment considering that person was born in what now?
1913.
1913. Wow. That's incredible. It's a person who's 116 or 117 right now in France. I mean, she was born in 1900. To say that you lived through turn of centuries. That's an accomplishment.
She didn't turn it.
Well, yeah, 1900, well, yeah, around that. Does anybody really know? I mean, at 1900, is there any records from back then that prove that you're born that date?
Yeah, it was. It depends. Well, it depends.
100-year-old birth records, yeah, I want to see that.
That's all paper.
Yeah, because I know my birth certificate. I had to reorder it because mine was faded. Couldn't read nothing left on it anymore.
I had to reorder mine because I just didn't know where it was.
That's it.
Then they wanted me to come and get it, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not driving all the way there, sorry. So I had to give more information than everybody else just in order to get it approved to get sent.
There you go. So Michael, 20 seconds from now, answer my question. No. Would you like to see us do a tech show, talking just about computers, tech stuff, et cetera, et cetera? So answer that. Eugene, I think, wants that show, right, Eugene?
It could be internet marketing, tech related, anything.
Yeah, but more techie than what we usually do in this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is more shooting the shit kind of thing as opposed to tech stuff, And we gotta sit down. I got a channel on YouTube already called Tech Talk, and I already have. I just gotta put the channel art up and it'll make it look pretty and all that, and it's all ready to go. And that could be something interesting. People who join in, we can promote their links, their website links, if they're part of the show. Sound like an idea?
I'm good with whatever.
Yeah, cool. Even that person that runs a website connected to Pornhub.
If you're making it open, you gotta make it open for everyone. So.
Yep, that's it. Oh, no,
You know,
okay.
see, I'm a libertarian, so it's like, yeah, if you're gonna make it open for one, you gotta make it open for all. So.
See, this is the problem with telling people they're on camera. If I would not have told Michael that that his words, what he's typing is being shown, he would have wrote a sentence. Now he's writing little tiny words. You know, it's like, okay, we're live, and now everybody just goes hush hush and doesn't say a word. If you don't tell people you're live, look at the conversation and some of the shows that we have. The stuff that's said before you hear that boop boop sound. They're willing to say anything. Oh, geez.
Yeah, I hear that a lot. I've seen that before in other shows I used to do back in the day. We used to run a podcast on Blog Talk Radio back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that still up?
Same. No, Blog Talk Radio is, yeah.
Right.
As far as I know, they've gone out of business. They've been last time I was there, they were there.
Yeah, because they really do broadcast to radio, correct?
Yep. Yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, they do broadcast
and, they just broadcast audio online, but it's voice over IP basically.
Oh, okay. Because I know on XM Radio there is a station that broadcasts or repeats anyways what is being what is recorded. I watch sometimes I watch RBN and they I know they rebroadcast on XM Radio. So
it could be that maybe some of their premium ones that have that access. We were doing the free one back in the day because they allowed you to do free podcasts there.
They would have to be part of syndication for one. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's it.
We were getting pretty good. We probably get about 1,000 visitors a week.
There you go. So Michael, what day, Michael, each week would you be available to get on the show and talk tech? We're doing a tech talk, so tell me that now. I'm waiting, in 20 seconds to go here. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. I don't know if Michael has to wait 20 seconds to get it, or is it because he gets to a red light and then goes. Cop goes by. Ah, crap, ticket. I did that the other day. I'm sitting there. I got the cell phone. Blah blah blah. Now I was already pulling over. The phone rang. I answered. Yeah, hi. How you doing? I'm pulling over. I got my four ways on. Cop went by. I went instinctually, like literally. If this is my cell phone here, I got my cell phone here. So the size of the cell phone. I'm sitting there going blah blah blah. All of a sudden, my phone just dropped, and I'm like, whoops. I don't know if the cop saw it or not, but it was like scratching. Yeah, I talked to myself. But I got caught once. I was driving and I had my phone in my hand and I was talking to the client like this and I was driving. Yeah, blah 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 blah. The cop saw me. He pulled me over and he said the law states you cannot be driving. It has to be hands free. And I said, yeah, you're right. I shouldn't have done that. I could have pulled over. And what was worse was I was pulling 6,000 pounds of sod on a trailer. So I mean, if I got into an accident, it would have been a hell of a mess and it would have been deadly. And I got dinged. I got 3 demerit points taken off. But it was nice. It was nice. Now, the cops up here in Canada, they have the freedom to ticket you the amount they want. They got a range, a low range, and an upper range. And example is if I would have swore at the guy and said, "You stupid son of a blah 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 bleep 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 bleep," it would have been a $400 ticket because that's the highest they can charge for driving with holding your cell phone. Plus your demerit points. So he took off the 3 demerit points, but he gave me a $150 ticket instead. And he said it was because you're polite and you didn't argue and you admit that you did something wrong. So it's like, you guys, you want to save some money on tickets? Maybe go along with the cop and just say he's right. I don't know. In the States, are tickets a fixed price, or are they pretty? Do they also have a range that you're allowed to ticket you?
It depends on what state you're in and everything else. Some states are really, really expensive.
Yeah.
Like in Virginia, for example, some of the tickets can get over $1,000.
There is a place. Now I can't remember where it is. It's not here in Canada, but they're doing one warning. If you're on record, if they catch you with your cell phone again, they pull your license. They suspend it. You're not allowed to drive. Until that license is unsuspended. Forget the demerit points. The guy takes your license, says it's mine now, and it's like bye bye. So it's like no, don't talk on the phone. I hate that. People sitting there, they're driving along, blah 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 blah, and their car literally is swerving down the road. They look like an alcoholic, a drunk driver.
Yeah, that's not too good.
You know, it's not. Or the kids, you know. Oh, I saw a kid the other day driving, and with his finger, the phone is on the dash, and with his finger he's trying to catch a Pokemon while he's driving.
No, that's stupid.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, you got to think.
So
You
what
know.
I typically do in my car is I'll call somebody when I'm leaving a parking lot or at a red light or something, and then I'll put the phone in my lap and put it on speaker and just talk on speakerphone. So that way it's free. It makes it easy.
Yeah, Michael's saying that. What?
Sounds in the car.
I would say more. I would say more, but could do one thing at a time using voice to write. Okay. So now this explains a lot of how Michael's responding. He's doing it by voice. Okay, so Michael, think about this tonight and get a hold of me. Give me a call on my cell phone. You got my cell phone number. And let me know what day you could participate each week. And Josh and I want to do one. I think we're going to do one day, right, Josh?
Yeah, one day's fine a week. I mean, you take those kind of overloaded people. They won't have time to learn everything one day and then do it the next. It may take them a week to go through the stuff.
Yeah, that's it. You know. And no, today I got to be. It was a slow day. Carrie's gone to a funeral. John was supposed to be on. He didn't do. A lot of people said, "Yeah, I'll be in there," and they just didn't show up. It's like, I don't know. Today is one of those days where the world just said, "To hell with it." It's like,
it happens.
We need more. We need more members. More people. I mean, like, seriously, where's Belinda? Again. You know. Okay, well, but yeah, we'll choose a day and we'll get the tech talk going, and I think it could be pretty cool. Even if we had just two people on, I could do the back end control room basically.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so while you guys do the blah blah, that could be another option there too. So okay, cool. So coming soon to everybody listening, coming soon there's going to be a brand new tech channel. More techie, me, Josh, myself, and maybe Michael, I think, might get in on this if Michael can speak into his phone and say, yes, me, yes. And, you know, we'll talk about all sorts of things. More high-tech than what we're doing here. It's something like what we did today, but, you know, you're going to have that certain level of tech. But, I mean, if you join in and listen, I mean, you'll learn something, right? How about we call it quits for today? It's February 21st, 2017. I'm Nelson Buck. We have not John Brewer, Eugene Byers, and Josh. Josh, what's your last name? Alexander. Yeah, that was a complicated last name. And Michael Costra sitting on text, driving, and listening to us at the same time. Join us every day, Monday through Friday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We do this show every day, if we can, and people are allowed to join into the live section of the show and give us your comments, your thoughts, insights. If you like us, don't like us. Make sure to subscribe, like, and comment to these videos, and if so, you run the risk of winning a prize at the end of the month. At the end of the month, this month, on the 28th, we're going to pull a name out of one hat, and we're going to pull a prize out of the other, because we have no idea what the prize is going to be. But you need to be subscribed, 1. 2, you have to be, you have to like or dislike, doesn't matter, either one. And 3, you need to comment. And if you dislike, tell us why you disliked down below. So, I mean, that's really important. We want to know what you like or don't like about the show, or what we're doing, how we're talking. You know, if you don't like my haircut, let me know. You know, I'd be more than happy to color it pink. You know, whatever. You know, put it in there. You know, give us your comments. We like your thoughts, how we can change. So I'll let you guys say bye, and we'll see you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
Goodbye.